Greetings, YouTubers. Hopefully everybody's doing pretty good. I'm not doing too bad myself. We have a beautiful day out here, lots of sunshine, late July. But I'll tell you what, summer's just flying by here. I hate to see it go by so fast because we all know what's coming here in the future. But until then, we'll enjoy the nice warm days. And with all that rain we had, well, that has led me to this. I got a customer's truck here that the windshield wipers quit working. They came out of Walmart. And the wipers would not come on, so we're going to kind of troubleshoot this and maybe try to figure out what's wrong with it. I don't know if I'll get it fixed in this particular video, but at least we'll get down to the nitty-gritty here and find out why it does not work. And hopefully this will help you out if you have a vehicle that's got wipers that are not working. We'll just go in here and troubleshoot a little bit. And if you have this same particular Dodge Ram 2002 2500 V10, well, maybe this will help you also. Now, I know that he told me when he came out of Walmart, they just wouldn't come on, so we're going to check a couple of things here. Vehicles have fuses, relays, whatever, inside and out. On the wipers, a lot of times I will see a relay plus a fuse. A fuse usually inside the, underneath the kick panel inside. So we will check it here in a little bit and kind of see what we can get done here. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and check this panel out here. I will say this: at least when his wipers didn't come on, or if yours quit working, it's always good to know that they're in the down position, because a lot of times I see the wipers on vehicles sticking up just like that, and people are driving around, and you really can't go up and push down on them, because if you do, you're going to end up breaking something inside here, and that's just going to open up another can of worms. So hopefully I will get this fixed here. Alright, now like I said, the first thing we're going to do here, we're going to go out and check some fuses and some relays and see if we have anything here that's not working, it's blowing or whatever. And here is the cover, and what we're going to do, we're going to go in here and look for maybe a windshield wiper relay or a fuse. And right off the bat, there's a windshield wiper motor relay, and I have a couple of the fuses on each side, so let's see what we got here. Okay, there it is. Now, a trick you can do is, if you're not sure what's going on, you can pop the relay out, and if you have a relay right by it with the same part number and with the same connections, a lot of times you can just flip them around and see if that will solve your issue. So that's what we're going to do. Put that one back here in the back, and we'll look at this one. It looks okay. That's the wiper one. I really don't see anything wrong with it, so we'll put that back in like that. And now what we'll do, we'll go inside the vehicle and we'll turn the key on and see if this helps us fix the problem. So the wipers, key's on, and let's turn the wiper on, and nothing. So that's not going to work, so we'll just take the key out, turn the key off, and go back out here, and we'll just go ahead and put these relays back around the way they were. So this is one way you can kind of troubleshoot a little bit and help out, save you a little time. So we'll go ahead and put these back in here like this. Put that back on there like that. Now, like I said, when your wipers don't work, first thing you need to do is start checking fuses and relays. Just set this cover back on here real quick. I'm shooting this on my cell phone, so I'll try not to breathe too heavily. It picks up everything. It sounds like I'm dying. So next thing we've got to do is go inside here and pull the keys back out. There we go. Check the fuses in here and see if there's another fuse that runs maybe the wipers. So we'll pop this off and we'll see what we got. And here is our fuses, and we got, and there's a wiper fuse right there. Number 6, the 1, 2, 3, the fourth one down from the top. So we'll go up here, we'll look at this, and let's see what we got here. Get it out of there. Use it, get it out. Alright, there it is, and it is blowing. Fuse is done. So let's go ahead and stick another one in real quick here. I've got one sitting here. Let's see. Here is a 25. Stick this one in and see if we get anything here. Alright, put that back in there. That's a 20. That's actually a 20 amp. And this is a 25 amp. A little smaller, but we'll see if this turns the wipers back on. Makes them work. Alright, key back in. Turn the wiper on. No. Well, I just heard something pop. I think we just blew that fuse. So let's check this fuse, see what happened here. Oop, pushed it in there too far. I'm about to get the little tool out here. And, yep, we blew that fuse. So, yep, we toasted that one. So apparently we have some other issues. So I'm not even going to worry about putting the fuse panel, the fuse back in there. I'm just going to put the panel back on for now. What we're going to have to do now is probably go out here and start checking some things. Let me turn the key. Okay, the key's out. Go out here and we're going to have to tear into this wiper motor assembly, which is right here behind this plastic. So I'm going to go ahead and take these wipers off and pull this plastic out here, and we'll look at this motor and see if we see anything weird going on there. Alright, so here we go. To make the video a little faster, I've gone ahead and taken some of this stuff apart so we can make it, so it'll make it a little bit easier. So we go ahead and these wipers out of the way, and they're pretty easy. You just got to pull that little tab there up, and this will let these pop up. And you might need a screwdriver to kind of help you get these up. And same thing on this side. There it is. See a little tab there. It's a locking pin, I believe. And now we got to take off these little rubber, these little plastic nuts here. These are T30s. I've already loosened these up. And I've got a little T30 socket sitting over here, which is right here. And there is 6 of these guys, I believe. See, got one, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 of those, and I've got all those out. And this will allow us to get this big plastic piece out of here, this cover. So we'll go ahead and get this up out of the way, and off this comes. And we'll slide this out of the way. And luckily, you can do all this with the hood open. Some vehicles you got to put the hood down, and back up, and back down. But this one is pretty easy. And on this side, you got to watch. You got a couple of hoses right there that we have to unhook. Or washer hoses. And I may have to set the camera down and actually unhook that there. Alright, that's unhooked. And we'll put this off the side. And here is the hose I unhooked. And now we're into our motor. I have to get on a stool here because this thing sits up pretty high. And here is our motor. So we're going to have to go in here and take this assembly apart and get in here and get this motor. Now, we got a bolt on this side we got to take out right about there. We got 1 there. Then we got 2 right here. And that should allow this assembly to come out. So let me go ahead and take these out and we'll pull this assembly out. Alright, we're on our last one. And these are all 10mm bolts. This one's about out. And there was 4 of them. And we'll stick that over here. And like I said, there's 1 there. 2 there. And 1 right there. And now we should be able to pull this whole assembly out. I have to yank on it. Get some screwdriver here, kind of pull up on it. There we go. Alright, now lift up on it. And out comes the whole unit. And there is the motor assembly. And I'm going to have to unhook the wires. So this was pretty easy to take out. To test this motor and see what's going on. So there's a look at it. We have a plug here with a bunch of wires going to it. So I'm about to set the camera down and unplug it. Alright, I got that plug off. I get this little wire off. Why is it always the little wires are always more difficult than the big ones? Alright, that is off. And here comes our motor assembly. And all that good stuff. And we'll set this off to the side. And here, on our little cloth. And we'll check this thing out. What I'm going to do is jump it. I've got a battery charger. I'm going to jump it and I'm going to see if this motor runs. Now, since it's blowing fuses, And I will tell you this, if you have another different type of vehicle, I know this is working, because if this wasn't working, it wouldn't be sending electricity through the fuses. So I know the fuses are okay. It's just blowing the fuses, so this here is okay. So I really think the problem is going to be probably out here. It's this motor relay. So what I'm going to do is put good fuses back in there, and I'm going to go ahead and take my test light and make sure we're getting power out here. And if we're getting power out here, then more than likely we know our motor here is probably going to be bad. So let me get my tester out and let me test for some electricity out there. Okay, before we test that motor, what I did, I went back in here and I thought, you know what, I'm going to stick a fuse back in here. Now, since my motor is not hooked up, there's nothing out here hooked up whatsoever, I thought I'd go ahead and put a fuse back in here. And lo and behold, when I turned the key on, it blew this fuse too. 30 amp fuse I stuck in there. Check that out. Pop that sucker. So we got a short somewhere. I'm thinking we got a short up here. So, but what we're going to do now is to verify. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put 12 volts on this motor, and we're going to see if this motor works. If this motor works, then I know I've got an internal problem. So this is how you can figure out if it's your motor or if you have a short somewhere. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so there's my 12 volt charger, nothing fancy. That's all you need to do is charge a, all I want to say is all you need to do is get a basic charger to do your test. And I've got it grounded, and we'll take the hot and we'll touch this terminal over here. And our motor is good. So that is a good thing. So we can roll this out and go inside the truck and start looking for other issues. And it looks like I said, more than likely we got a short. So that's good to know. That's how you can test your motor before you go out and purchase one. So now I'm going to go ahead and stick all this back on. Since we know that's okay, then we can just simply go inside and start looking for problems. Alright, that's back on. At least now you know how to take off this motor assembly or to swap it out or whatever. So that's what I'll probably title this video. At least we did do that. And it was pointless for me to go ahead and do a continuity check out here with these wires, because it still blew the fuse without this harness being plugged into that motor. So I know the problem's going to be inside. So that's together. I'll go ahead and put this plastic on here a little bit later. So now we got to go inside and try to figure out what's going on. And I would probably more than likely say that this guy here has got a short in it, and I'll probably have to take this plastic off and go in here. I will unhook this, then put another fuse back in there and see if it blows the fuse then, or I'll try to figure out something, but more than likely our problem's going to be up here. So let me go ahead and take this plastic off. Okay, now in order to get this plastic cover here off, in order to get into this turn signal switch, which houses the wiper switch, you will have to use a T20. You have this really long screw that sets right about, let me get the camera set right there for you guys, right about there. This is a T20. Then you have to have this other screwdriver set, which is a 6-piece star. And this one here, I believe, is a T... Gosh, why? I don't know why it doesn't say. Well, apparently it doesn't say. But I believe it's going to be a T... It's smaller than a... Let's see. Oh, it's the same size. I'm sorry. This looks like a T20 also. Because you have to stick it up in here. There's 2 holes right here. And I apologize if I can try to get this light just right. You got to stick this one in here like this. Get this one out. And you got to screw on this side, which I've already got out. So you got 3 total. So let me go ahead and take this one out the rest of the way. And this is how this comes apart. Alright, oops, and there's our screw. So there are the 3 screws that we have to take out. So we'll put these off to the side, put them down here. And now we should be able to go ahead and pull this apart. And voila. Now we may have something else over here, a clip catching it. Let's see what we got. Oh, there it is. This comes right out. And there's that. And there is how we get into our switch for our it feels a little funky, so it's probably bad. So what I'll have to do is go ahead and take this piece off here and screw this. This is your adjustment for your steering wheel. Unscrew that, get it out, take that out, and pull this cover up like this. And this whole unit is out, and now we have access. Now there's a big plug right here. We unplugged this, and we got a star right there, and we got a star bit right there. Screw we take out, this whole unit will come off. So I'll go ahead and take that off. I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix this, because if this is bad, he's probably going to have to order another one. But I figure we'll just take it apart and look at it here real quick. Since this way, if you have to do this, you'll know how to do it. All right, now in order to get this turn signal wiper switch relay off, you have to use these security bits. This is a T20, because the other ones you didn't need to use a security bit. And that's because it's got that little hole there in the center of the bit. See that? This is why you have to use these only. So this is ready to come off. And I'll probably have to set the camera. Oh, there we go. Okay, it's out. So I'll go ahead and take these screws out. There's one. Here comes the other one. There it is. And you can see how the heads of them there have a little dimple in it. They have a nipple there in the center. And that's why they call them security bits. And now, all we got to do is pull this little cover off the back of this right here. That's just a protective dust cover. Unscrew this guy here, which is another star, and this will be free, and we can replace it if that's what's wrong with it. So let me just let the camera roll here for a few more minutes, and I believe it's going to be the same thing. Yes, this is going to be a T20 also, and that one's not a security bit, but they're all the same size. So let me go ahead and take this out. Can't do it with holding the camera at the same time. All right, once you get this screw out, just pull the plug apart and the housing, and out comes the entire unit. And more than likely, this is bad. I mean, what are the odds? Because it's a turn signal, it's a high and low beam, it's a wiper, and also a windshield washer switch all in one. So I'm sure something is bad. Let me smell it. A lot of times when you smell components, if you smell something burnt, it's probably bad. And here is the plug that goes in the back of it there. This is what it looks like. So at this point, there's nothing else I can really do. I'm going to go see if I can get another one, and I will let you guys know if it fixed it. I'll put a link at the bottom right about now that you can click on when I actually get this working, and I will give you guys an update what it took to get our wipers fixed on this truck. And like I said, we know the motor's good. We know both fuses, two fuses we popped when we hooked everything back up. So it sounds more than likely there's a short here. And it's probably going to be on this piece right here, because you spin this a lot. And I'm sure there's probably a problem there. So I will put a link in the description of this video a little bit later, once we figure out the problem. But at least you know how to take the motor off and get in there and replace it if you have to. And this will apply to any vehicle. If your wiper motor is not working, make sure you check your fuses. If you have to, take the motor off, test it like you just saw me do with a 12-volt charger or something, see if it spins, and go from there. So have any questions, we'll try to answer them. And if you like any of my videos, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So that's it, guys, for now. We'll give you guys an update a little bit later once I get her fixed, and hopefully this will help you out in getting your wipers working again and get you back on the road with another vehicle maybe that you have that is not working. And it's pretty annoying, I know, when you don't have wipers working in a rainstorm. So until my next project, I'll give you guys an update a little bit later.